Would you like to make some beautiful wood ornaments that are all painted in a night sky kind of theme? If these are your jam, then stay tuned and I'll show you how. Hello, my beautiful creative friends, and welcome to day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas ornaments. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so today we are going to be working with these wood slices. I just got these on Amazon. They came in a pack of 30. I had to drill a hole because they did not come with holes, so just so you are aware of that. I can link these down below. And then we are going to be doing some painting. We're going to be painting some night skies and tree, kind of like a night scene. So first, while you're getting the rest of your paints ready, we're going to paint the wood slice white. So either using a white paint or a gesso. We do this because the wood is quite porous, so if you paint on it without adding a layer first, the paint tends to like seep into the wood a little bit, and this way if you have an initial layer, then it will sit on top. It kind of provides a barrier, so the paints are a little bit more vibrant and they will stay there. Okay, so I've got a little palette with a bunch of different night sky kind of colors. So I've got some basic white and black, as well as some greenish blue, it's called. And then I've got some cobalt blue, olive deep green, and some light olive green. A little bit of an iridescent blue-green. And I'm just going to kind of go with whatever blues and greens you happen to have. All right, so I'm going to start with my darker colors first. So I'm going to go in with this deep blue-green. This might be a little bit thick. I'm just going to spray a bit of water onto my palette just to get my colors a little bit more diluted. These are fairly thick paints. That's a tiny bit better. They will go on smoother if they're a little bit thinner. This is probably still a bit too thick, but I didn't leave enough room in my palette to add enough water. Okay, so going in with the darkest color first. Just kind of doing the top, you know, maybe a third or so with that. And then we're going to go in with a little bit. I've got both the dark and the light green here, so I'm going to kind of pick them up a little bit together. And I haven't even cleaned my brush yet. I'm just going to go in with that green and blend them together a little bit. Going back and forth, blending them together. I'd like a little bit more of the blue, so I'm just going to go back and grab some more of that blue. Possibly a little bit of this Baja blue. Baja blue? What was it called? Cobalt blue. I'm going to wipe off some of the paint off here and get a better load of the blue here. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the turquoise. Just want to lighten that up a little bit. That green got a little bit dark. So you want your lightest color to be near the bottom. So we're going to be doing silhouettes of trees, so we want the silhouette to show up, so we want a fairly light color at the bottom. So just keep kind of playing around with it until you get the kind of blend that you like. I'm not a painter by any stretch of the imagination. all of these tutorials that I'm showing you are things that I feel like anyone can do. If I can do it, you can do it. That's where I'm going with this. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more of that cobalt blue. And just keep kind of blending until you get the look that you're wanting. I kind of like the look of like when it's going a little bit to the side, so I might grab a bit more of that green and kind of almost like it's shooting up into the sky. Grab just a little bit of water just to blend these. If your brush or paint start to dry a little bit, just add a little bit of water to kind of blend that back. I just want to lighten up this. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of white here as well. Don't want to contaminate my white too much. Oh, there we go. Okay. So a little bit of white and a little bit of turquoise, just going back in just to lighten up that bottom portion. Okay, I'm fairly content with that. I think that's all right. I might add a bit more blue. I'm that person that just keeps messing with things and messing with them. I don't know when to stop. So I'm gonna try and stop. I'm gonna try and stop and listen to yourself, Katie. Okay, stopping. Nope, not stopping. Stop. Okay, stopping. All right, I'm gonna let that dry and then we will move forward. Okay, once your piece is completely dry, we are going to take a tree stencil. You can just cut your own, like cut it out of a piece of paper if you so desire. It's literally just jagged little triangles. I am using a stencil though, just because simplicity's sake. I did do a couple where I painted the trees. This one's a little bit dark, so I'm not a fan of it. This one, I mean, they look like trees, but a stencil is definitely a better idea for me. Painting is not my jam, so I would rather do it the easy way. So I am taking a little sponge dauber and I'm just going to dip it into my black paint just very, very lightly, blot it off onto a paper towel, and then just go in. You know what, I'm gonna actually tape my stencil down. Okay, I'm gonna tape my stencil down at the top and then just kind of hold it at the bottom. And just go in with my sponge dauber and stencil these trees. You don't want too much paint. It does have quite a few pieces that move, so I mean, it almost might be a better idea to use just a paintbrush and draw the trees, but I want to try it this way. So I'm just trying to hold down these little extra bits with my finger while I'm getting in there. Okay, let's lift this up and see how that went. Oh, I mean, that looks pretty awesome, actually. I like it. Fabulous. Okay, so immediately clean your stencil. I don't remember where I got these stencils. I'll try to find the link, but I've had them for quite a long time. If you just Google tree stencil, like tree silhouette stencil, you're definitely gonna find multiple places that will have one though. Okay, and now I'm gonna let this dry, and then we will go in and add some stars, possibly a little bit of snow, maybe a moon. Okay, so I'll let this dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so once your paint is completely dry, I'm going to take a Posca pen And I'm going to use a nickel as my template, and we're going to draw a moon. So I'm just going to go part way around my nickel, and then move it just a little bit, and then go around creating the inside of the crescent. Okay, so now you've got a crescent moon that you can fill in. This pen is a little bit thick, but I don't have a thinner one. You could use a gel pen if you have one. But you can still tell that that is a moon. And then I'm literally just going to create some stars. With the gel pen. And then you could also do just a little bit of like snow on the tree limbs. Don't go crazy with it, but like maybe like just on the tops, a couple top branches, just to give the illusion of some snow on the branches. And if you want, you could do a little bit of like snow kind of on the ground in between the trees. All right, and then the last step is to wait for the Posca marker to dry and then do a coat of varnish to seal the paint. I'll be using the Bright Tone Clear Gloss again. I've also had really good results with the Triple Thick from Deco Art. All right, so I'll wait for this to dry and then we'll give it a coat of gloss. All right, I have a couple specific paint brushes that I use for varnish because they've, you never get the varnish completely out, so they're a little bit crusty. But that's okay. And I'm just doing a quick coat of varnish now. I will probably do 3 coats, like really thin coats on this, just to give it a really nice sheen. And you can do the back as well, just to make it shiny as well, but you don't have to. But doesn't that look how much it like makes the colors pop? It's just so lovely. All right, so I'm going to do that to all the ones that I've done and put a ribbon to hang it, and that's all there is to it. But I love them. I think they're so cute. Okay, so here are a few of them all finished up. Here are 2 that I did with the tree stencil and then added the white stars with the Posca pen. And I've got 3 coats of gloss on there. You can see that shine that the gloss creates and no brush marks. I love that gloss. And then these 2, I don't remember if I did this on camera or not. I'm kind of recording multiple videos at once, so I can't remember if I did show you this or not. But this is with the silk screens. These 2 are both with a silk screen, so the same process that we used in day 3. So if you haven't seen that, you can go back and check that out. It's the same process, and then I just added a little bit of white paint to the tops of the trees and the ground and the bits of the tops of the mountains. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and you will give this a shot. If I can do it, you can do it. It's very, very easy. And I mean, you can even paint the trees on your own. They're not complicated trees. They're just squiggly black shapes. So, I mean, you could definitely paint those without a stencil. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will give this a try, and I'll see you tomorrow for another day of ornament making. Bye!